Let us look at the relationship between halocarbons and ozone. Both natural and anthropogenic halocarbons are significant regulators of atmospheric ozone. Various research carried out various measurements, modeling and forecasting trends had identified this correlation. So what is the impact of climate change? The climate change affects the natural and anthropogenic halocarbons through shift in the reactive species distributions. Similarly, the changes in the ocean chemistry, that is pH, salinity and nutrient availability, affects the production of halocarbons. The alteration in physical factors like temperature, UV radiation and circulation actually affects the transportation of these species. What are the factors influencing NHC emissions? The NHC emission is sensitive to sea-air exchange factors, that is air water concentration, temperature, wind and ice cover, because these are produced mostly from sea surface areas. What are the atmospheric processes which affect them? The vertical convection and the chemistry. Then how do we model these correlations or the relation between halocarbons and ozone? The ongoing climate chemistry modeling projects future NHC emissions and impacts on stratospheric ozone depletion, so we can try to understand how these two are interrelated to each other. Most models predict an increase in NHC emission leads to uncertain impact. Bromine and the stratospheric ozone. In 2016, around 50% of bromine reaching the stratosphere was from natural tribromomethane and other brominated natural halocarbons. The stratospheric ozone loss and from the short-lived NHCs has nearly twice the radiative effect compared to long-lived halocarbons. So this is the relations people had observed. And how we can reduce it? We have to increase the tropospheric height, and greater chemical degradation may mitigate higher NHC ocean flux effects. The bromine from NHCs may not be significantly contributing to stratospheric ozone depletion in the future. So this is our prediction. What are the sources of halocarbon? Marine bacteria, phytoplankton, macroalgae and some invertebrate animals. And what is very specific to Arctic? The ice algae and microorganisms in the sea and frost flowers can release NHCs into the atmosphere. The climate change may also affect microalgae farming areas, increasing the NHC emissions during harvesting and drying. The expansion of microalgae farming into the Nordic region also affects the release of more of these natural halocarbons. So all these things react with ozone in the ozone depletion reactions. So how ozone can be detected by optical measurements? Here are some of the methods given. One is UV absorption, another one is differential optical absorption spectroscopy. This basically measures the differential absorption of UV light. Then LIDAR can be used, Fourier in transform IR spectroscopy can also be used. So all these spectroscopic techniques can be used to detect ozone. And what are the methods of studying ozone and UV radiation? One, we can do satellite observation or ground-based monitoring, field studies, laboratory analysis, modeling and simulation, data analysis are the various ways by which we can study the ozone and UV radiation. For satellite observation, we can use instruments like total ozone mapping spectrophotometer or ozone monitoring instrument. The data can be for the ozone concentration and UV index. And the ground-based monitoring can be Dobson spectrophotometers or UV radiometers. In the field, we can use the biological impact analysis or ecological surveys. In the laboratory, we can do chemical analysis and biological analysis. Modeling, we can carry out atmospheric models and climate models. And data analysis, we can use software and statistical techniques. So how to understand the stratospheric ozone depletion? How we can carry out the laboratory studies? We can investigate various variety of chemical reactions in the stratosphere. Study reactions between gases following defined physics rules, or we can explore reactions on polar stratospheric clouds formed in the winter. We can involve molecule containing chlorine, bromine, fluorine, iodine and other constituents. We can show reactions involving chlorine and bromine destroy ozone directly or indirectly. So what are the computer models? We can examine combined effect of known stratospheric reactions. We can simulate stratospheric conditions. We can demonstrate catalytic cycles where one chlorine or bromine atom can destroy thousands of ozone molecules. We can test the understanding of atmospheric process by simulating past ozone amounts. We can also explore responses to ozone to potential future changes in the trace gases and temperatures. Similarly, through the atmospheric observations, we can monitor the gas presence and abundance variations over time and location. We can track gas particles and abundance over daily cycles to decades. We can confirm reactive halogen gases that are present in amounts causing observed ozone depletion. So all these things we can actually carry out to find out and understand how the stratospheric ozone is getting depleted. So what are the different models scientists use to study? One is the global climate model. So here we can understand the long-term trends and impacts of ozone depletion on climate and weather patterns. Chemical transport model is another one. Here we can analyze the distribution and impacts of ozone depleting substances and their breakdown products. Stratospheric ozone models can be used to simulate ozone chemistry and transport, assessing interactions in polar regions. Radiatory transfer model help to assess the effect of ozone depletion on UV radiation levels reaching the Earth's surface. Reanalysis can help to validate other models and understand past and current ozone levels during depletion events. So regional climate model can be used to provide detailed insights into local zone and ozone depletion dynamics and impacts. The integrated assessment model can be used to evaluate effectiveness of treaties like the Montreal Protocol on ozone recovery. So this is what assessment model where we can use the government machinery. Observational and satellite-based model are essential for real-time monitoring and validation of model predictions regarding ozone depletion.